Okay, now we're going to record the last part of the C-clamp, which is where we're going to make the assembly. You might already have a tab at the bottom that says assembly, and if you don't, go ahead and press the plus sign and create an assembly. Reminder that the assembly comes in blank, and you have to bring the parts in. So you're going to use insert up here at the top, and you'll see your 3 parts in alphabetical order. We'll start with the body. This floats in wherever you would like. It is still movable after you bring it in, so you want to change that by doing a right click and pressing fix. Go ahead and bring in the cap, set it wherever you would like, and then the screw. So all 3 parts are in. You can close and check off the insert parts. The next thing that we're going to do is to connect these together. This is a threaded hole that needs to mate with this one here. And so we're going to use this mate that has the up arrow and the round. It's called the cylindrical mate. I found that it's better to click this hole first. See if I can get in there. Okay, so I found that cylinder and I clicked the front half of it. Oh, I thought I did. Or maybe not. There we go. Okay, now I click the cylinder. You can tell because it lit up yellow. And then we have to click the part that's going to go through there, which is this piece, but it's hard to click a thread. So if you spin it around, you can still see some of the cylinder that's under the thread. And go ahead and pick this far right edge of that. So if that works, then you'll see that it puts it right up to that edge. Okay, we're going to just leave it there for a minute and come back and make an adjustment afterwards. So if that's the way it looks, you're good now. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to change how the cylinder acts. So this is new. Up here at the top, we're going to be using this screw relation. So instead of just sliding in and out, it will spin. When you run that, it wants to know what mates are you referring to. And so these are your mate features on the left side. Go ahead and click the word cylindrical. And it uses that set of features to create a screw rotation. Right now it says distance per revolution at 1 inch. We're just going to leave it at that and go ahead and check that off. So if that works, you can click, and when you drag this, it actually is rotating and spinning through. The problem is that we don't want it to rotate all the way out and all the way back. So we are going to have to put some limits on it. Go ahead and move it so that it's a little ways in. And then we're going to put the cap on the end. The cap is a regular fastened mate, which is this first one after the mate connectors. So we'll click on that. And we're going to spin this around a little bit. And we're going to take this small hole on the cap, click on the mate connector there. It should turn yellow. And then come over here, and you want that to fasten all the way to the back here. So you're going to want to click the back end of the small cylinder. So if you click anywhere around the end there, you'll see that mate connector. And it should put the cap right all the way up to that end. If it did that correctly, then you're good. If not, try it again. Okay, and then the last thing that we need to do is to stop this screw from going too far. It still has another fastened mate available. I'm going to go ahead and close the second one. And what we're going to do is double click the first cylindrical mate, and then we're going to turn on limits. So we want this thing to go in at least a minimum of this thickness here. So that Z minimum is going to change to 0.75, which means it just comes through the end of that. So that is the farthest it's going to go. And then the next distance that we want it to stop at would be up against this. And you would think it would be this space of 2.5, but we also have to include the edge of the cap. And so the space here is 2.5 and the cap is 0.375. So let's try this. The maximum would be then 2.875. And then go ahead and green check mark that. And then when this moves, it should stop with the cap right up against the C-clamp. And then when it goes backwards, it should stop right with the cap at the other end. So hopefully that's worked for you. If you have an issue, you got to let me know. All right, that's the end of the C-clamp. Learned something new today, hopefully.